Abyssley.
There was a Toon Souls video I want to watch. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about, but I want to watch this. Toon Souls. There's a channel for it? Oh my fucking god, get out of here, dude. Why is there a channel? Why is there a channel for this? Hold on, let's watch the new one. What's this? 100 dislikes. Wow, those are going so fast, and there's nothing to this game. There's no background. What is that swinging animation? He's not even holding the chain. What is he's about to die already. Is there like a faster speed than what he's going right now? He's dead. He fucking died. Room 05. Say something bad about my game. That insta-kills! That insta-kills! That's amazing. Game on Steam and Android. Of course I have to put it on Android, you fucking loser. Okay, so I watched somebody play... Well, I watched a video on somebody playing Enchanted Portals. It wasn't good. It was not good at all. It was dog shit, actually.
Wow, can you believe it? You might get 2 Cuphead videos in 1 year, neither of which are actually about Cuphead. And now for the thrilling conclusion, 1 video later. Hey everyone! So,
Hola.
I think I may have accidentally spawned the Enchanted Portals update into existence last video, because only a few weeks after it came out, with pretty much no warning, the free DLC actually dropped.
Wow, this looks horrible.
I'm not gonna lie, I kinda just assumed was never gonna happen.
The style's completely different to the game.
Listen, I think the existence of the
that one looks like the game. That one looks fitting to the game. The other one didn't.
The update is 2 new boss fights that are sort of just awkwardly put into their own section on the main menu. One of these is really bland and has very shallow gameplay, and the other is pretty creative all things considered, but a little too easy. There's a few other things here like tweaks to the running gun level so that they're a little bit shorter, but still, is this the update that Enchanted Portals really needed? It just feels like the effort was put into the wrong
This
place.
game didn't need to exist.
Yeah. I really was going to make a full video on this.
It didn't need to exist at all.
But I think it'd just be beating a dead horse at this point. Well,
I'm gonna put the camera in a better
place
place so I can see.
No second Cuphead ripoff video for this year. You can all go home now. Just don't look at the remaining runtime on the way out. All right, so clearly this video isn't actually about Enchanted Portals. So what are we doing here? Well, when all hope seemed lost for the second Cuphead video, an angel came down from the heavens and gave us this, and I do not say this lightly, generational tweet. My game is good.
I saw that tweet. I saw that. I witnessed that tweet because I got like in my Twitter feed, I got like 2 or 3 quotes of people saying that thing, like making fun of this tweet with like some shitty games on top. I think this tweet has like 100 million impressions now. This tweet blew the fuck up.
Algorithm just ignores me.
I mean, it got him attention for the game, so. I feel like this guy's continuing this just for the meme at this point. I don't think he actually thinks this is gonna do well. Dude, it looks so fucking bad.
Bro. Chills. Okay, but in all
it looks so bad.
This tweet went pretty damn viral a few weeks back, and it's probably the most attention a Cuphead ripoff has seen since, well, probably Enchanted Portals. And that was all the way back in 2023. Well, this tweet is very fun on its own. There's actually a lot more going on here than you may think at first glance. In fact, there's an entire rabbit hole linked to this game and its developer. And Hey, you, yeah, you. I know what you were thinking just now. Do not go and harass the developer because of my video. I do not support that shit. And even if they've done some scummy stuff that does absolutely deserve to be called out, that doesn't mean you should then make it your mission to harass them. Got it?
Absolutely
Okay,
not.
as
I will not.
There's some crazy shit we're gonna talk about today. So, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, strap in. This is a video about plagiarism, allegations, some of the worst video games ever uploaded to Steam, fucking pinball for some reason, and the biggest controversy the Cuphead ripoff space has seen in years. This is Toon Souls. Also, don't forget to subscribe, because I know you aren't Daniel, or Kyle, or whatever your name is. Okay, so you're probably wondering, what the hell even is Toon Souls anyway? Let's take it back to early 2024, specifically around the time I released my video about Rubber Hose Rampage. Prior to this, I had only made one other Cuphead related video, so with the release of this new one,
this is like a full-on genre
that I might continue to cover more ripoffs in the future. This little factoid caught the attention of a certain up-and-coming developer in the Cuphead ripoff scene. That being...
Wait, look at that thing!
Caught the attention of a certain...
What? What?
that I might continue to cover more ripoffs in the future.
Hold on. He starts like that.
Fact. Toy.
What the fuck happened to her, bro? What the fuck was that?
Ripoff scene. That being
incredible.
The Toon Souls guy. I have no idea what else to call him, so we're gonna go with that.
I mean, at least Toon Souls looks better than whatever the fuck that was.
Rampage decided to @ me on Twitter like 4 or 5 different times of Rubber Hose to call him, so we're gonna go with that. The Toon Souls guy, seeing my coverage of Rubber Hose Rampage, decided to @ me on Twitter like 4 or 5 different times with the same exact trailer for his game, Toon Souls. Zero exaggeration here, by the way. If you go to his account and search tweets of his that include my Twitter @, the entire list of tweets is just this trailer and a bunch of hearts replying to random tweets or replying to me.
Okay, yeah, he's just doing for shits and giggles. He doesn't even care if he's doing any weird shit along with it. He is doing this completely just to fuck with people.
I took notice of this and decided to play along a little bit. So I quote retweeted one of his trailer posts and left it at that. I guess I should actually talk about this trailer for a little bit, since it is kind of what started this whole thing. I don't have much to say about it. I mean, it's literally just footage of a Cuphead clone that focuses on the worst parts of Cuphead, the run and gun stages. So basically just enchanted portals, but probably worse. Cool. Shout out to the part of the trailer where there's a big-ass dragon along with a bunch of copy-paste smaller versions of the same fucking dragon.
That's a little version of me, Alan.
Anyway, after I acknowledged Toon Souls, I pretty much completely forgot about it up until the recent viral tweet brought it to the mainstream. However, something kind of interesting happened in between my tweet and the viral tweet. And this is where the controversy starts to unfold. Some of you watching at home may find the entire idea of Toon Souls to be a little familiar. And
I know, I remember watching the the original Toon Souls animation. I remember. And I'm sure it's not the same guy. That's not okay. Whatever. Whatever. I remember. Yeah, this shit. Or Cup Souls. It wasn't. This shit. I remember seeing this shit. I remember seeing this shit as a kid. When the video came out. When Cuphead came out. I remember like the boss with like the 2 big Nike people. Maybe I missed it. Oh yeah, right here. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but yeah.
Up until the recent viral tweet brought it to the mainstream. However, they find the entire idea about how it's like kind of a Dark Souls parody, and I mean, we're using that very lightly here. I don't think Dark Souls has a green dragon with cartoonish lipstick and small evil clones. No. You may think this whole thing feels familiar because the idea isn't exactly original. On November 24th, 2017, only a few months
Cup Souls
after the
animation
Cuphead,
dropped.
the YouTube channel 64 Bits uploaded
Yeah!
an animation simply titled Cup Souls, which is actually a parody of Dark Souls in the style of Cuphead, and it's really charming. The animation is done in a way that makes it look like real gameplay, but it's actually just a very impressive mock-up. The description even says, before you ask, no, this is not actual gameplay. It never will be a game, but one can dream, right? So at this point, you can probably see where I'm going with this, but hold on now, let's not throw around any crazy accusations here. It's not like Toon Souls literally plagiarized a scene from the Cup Souls animation, beat for beat, bar for bar, right? Right?
Oh shit. And it's not even good. You can only shoot to the sides and up and down. You can't even do diagonal. That's the funny thing. While here, you can shoot diagonal.
Right?
That is so funny. I don't understand. They could actually make this come to life. Why didn't he just decide to work with 64-bit? They could actually make this come to life. He just decided, nah, I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna troll.
And you know what? To be fair, pretty much everything else in Toon Souls that we have seen is not.
I do like how this guy, like, for like some of the bits in here, instead of like pulling up like an image of a meme, he just looks up the meme. Like how he told people to subscribe, he just looked up subscribe and then pulled up a bunch of image results for subscribe.
The Cup Souls video. But this one
I should just do that. I should just be like, it's lazier and it's also funnier.
To prove what's really going
I should just do
The
that.
Toon Souls guy wanted to make a Cuphead ripoff. Saw this banger concept animation with 7 million views and just decided to steal it instead of coming up with an original idea. It's really that simple. Now, you'd think that's where this story ends in regards to 64
Oh, I'm sure it doesn't. No, I'm sure it doesn't.
But in between my
I'm sure
tweet
they've
and
had
the
some
viral
beef.
one, they actually found out about this project and made a couple tweets about it. On May 9th, 2024, the Toon Souls guy posted a clip of the stolen skeleton ball segment that I just showed you, which is something he does very often actually. I think like 90% of this account is just posting the same clip over and over. Anyway, someone who saw this tweet immediately recognized it as being based on the Cup Souls animation and replied to the clip with a very lighthearted tweet asking 64-bits to work on the animation for the game. Which, like, yeah, it would be cool if the people who actually made the original animation
That's literally what I said!
had any sort of chance to work on this. That would just be a win for everybody, right? The Toon Souls guy then responded to this tweet, basically just shilling his game. But a little bit later, 64-bits themselves responded.
Yeah, I think it's a bot
What
as
did
well.
They say, you may be wondering?
A lot of those
Oh,
replies
nothing.
probably botted.
Just that the dev fucking already blocked them. Okay, let me get this straight. Not only did this guy take the entire
Wait, who
concept-
blocked? Wait, who blocked who? Couldn't even. Oh, Toon Soul. Okay, I thought 64 blocked them.
He blocked them. Okay, let me get this straight. Not only did this guy take the entire concept for this game from 64-bits down to an individual section being identical, but they also went out of their way to block 64-bits when they rightfully called them out.
Dude, the fact he can't diagonal shoot in this game is really pissing me off. Just the fact he can't diagonal
shoot. The other guy in this thread that brought this to 64-bits attention also got blocked in the middle of everything. Of course he did. Like, what? So yeah, that's pretty much the bulk of the plagiarism controversy. Just a whole mess. But don't think we're done just yet. We still have to talk about the tweet.
The tweet.
On Halloween of this year, the legendary "My game is good, the algorithm just ignores me" tweet was posted and proceeded to rack up almost 50 million views.
Yeah.
Probably over 50 million
This
views
shit
right now.
went
I
off.
checked in like 2 days. It's probably a fucking lot though.
This shit went crazy, dude.
This specific tweet
And I think it's
blew up
mostly because of the
way
quote
it did.
tweets.
Obviously,
Because I didn't get the
contrast
original tweet. I just got the
with
quote
gameplay
tweets.
clip is very funny. But the overall quality of Toon Souls looking a little rough, mixed with the Cuphead influence that 99% of people are going to see and immediately write off as just being bootleg, really was the perfect storm. My favorite part of this clip is when the player takes completely unavoidable damage. You know, the sign of a truly
I wasn't gonna point it out.
You know, the sign of a truly high quality product. What really elevated this whole thing to a whole other level, though, were the Toon Souls guy's responses to the replies on his tweet. Regardless if it's some random guy shitting on the game or someone giving honest words of encouragement, he almost always replies with the same set of hearts, just like he did all the way back to the people on my replies last year.
It's a bot. It's a bot.
Change, huh? Because of this,
he's botting a bunch of these replies.
It actually spawned some of its own new controversies that have origins predating the viral post. So we might as well go over those as well. First up, we have the AI allegations. This was definitely the bigger of the two,
I wouldn't doubt. I would not doubt it at all.
Someone trying to defend Toon Souls, there will almost always be someone bringing up the fact that the dev used AI. For starters, a lot of people seem to think that the tweets the Toon Soul guy is posting are AI generated, since they're all very repetitive.
Yeah, no shit.
But I really
like, come
don't
on.
think that's
Like,
the case.
you don't need to
I
think that hard to
genuinely
realize
think this guy
that.
has nothing better to do all day than respond to people on Twitter. And he's
That's like a
responding to
given.
the same types of posts over and over, so everything ends up.
Let's
looking
not
a
act
little
like that's
samey.
not the
I think
case.
It's really just that simple.
Wait, you
However,
can diagonal throw? Why wasn't he using it
real
then?
When we take a swing over to the Toon Souls YouTube community,
The fuck? This guy's
here,
stupid.
There are multiple posts clearly showing that the Toon Souls guy has 100% been using AI. And that's just the stuff that's easy to find. There are also examples of him using an AI background from over a year ago in this video, showing off some kind of home area in the game. And then in another video, this room shows up again, completely regenerated for some reason, except this time it has random skulls he actually drew just thrown around the area. And if for some reason you still need more proof, the fully reliable AI image detector wasn't AI, seems to agree very strongly that a lot of this stuff is AI. Not that these sites are totally accurate or anything, but in my experience, they definitely hit more than they miss. Like something he obviously drew passed with flying colors. Oh, and there's also shit like this on his Twitter just sitting out in the open, specifically about Toon Souls.
Yeah,
so yeah,
I mean,
this kinda sucks. As a
let's see how many fingers he has. Finger test. Alright, he has 3 fingers there. Congrats. Woo! Fingers! Yeah! And a floating brain. Floating.
Specifically about Toon Souls. So yeah, this kinda
amazing.
sucks. As AI improves and the line between human-made content and AI-made content starts to blur more and more, it's super important to support real artists, including those working in the games industry, where I'm sure AI bullshit is being pushed even harder. So to see an indie dev stoop this low is just embarrassing. So pretty easily, we can confirm that the Toon Souls AI allegations are absolutely, without a doubt, 100% correct. Now we have to talk about a more sensitive topic.
The more people talk about this game, the more he's gonna have a chance to cash grab, because people are gonna buy the game to like hate watching a movie, like watching a movie even though you know it's bad and you're watching it just to laugh at it, but instead you're playing a game that you know is gonna be bad.
Happening around a month after he initially tweeted at me. I actually almost
hate play. You're gonna hate play the game.
Situation on my second channel
Hate game.
back when I was more
Hate gaming.
active there, because a lot of people at the time just assumed he was lying for sympathy. I ended up not doing it because, like, how would you even talk about this? There's no real proof this guy's mom is dead or not, so you rightfully look like a complete asshole trying to say otherwise.
Wait, whoa. Okay, I missed whatever the fuck he's
This was also happening around a month after he initially passed away. Which, to boil it down, is basically him saying repeatedly that his mother.
I started making this game to give my mother a better life. We are poor and like many basic necessities. Sorry, my mother passed away. She did not have money for medical treatment. Honestly, I was for me to continue the game as it was all she could leave to improve my life. There's no way that's real.
Passed away.
That has to be bullshit.
I act of doing his mom is dead or not. So you rightfully look like a complete asshole trying to say otherwise. So
I think that was the
in good
point.
faith to the Toon Souls guy, I'm going to talk about this situation as if his mom did pass away. With that said, he will quite literally not stop posting about this to gain sympathy from people giving him criticism. If you go on his account and look up mother, there are so many tweets, it's kind of ridiculous.
There's
And
no
on
way
top of
it's
that,
real.
He's actively using her death
Like,
as a
that's
way to
the
promote
legacy
game as
you want to
well,
leave
with
about your
countless
dead
tweets
mother?
like,
Really?
The game's story will be about life and death.
That
My mother
she
passed away,
died and you're
it
gonna
will be a
continue the
reflection
game
on life
to
and death. Wishlist on
remember
Steam
her?
to get notified at release. Losing someone that close to you is probably the worst thing in the world. I don't know what I'll do when my own mom passes away. However, I can guarantee you that I won't be bringing it up every single chance I get to farm constant sympathy and to put any potential people giving me criticism in an awkward spot. Like, come on, man. Hopefully I cover that alright. Like I said, it's a hard topic to bring up, but it's also pretty much impossible to ignore given how relevant it is to this whole thing. Anyway, we're pretty much done talking about the Toon Souls Twitter controversy now. But going through all this stuff got me curious. What other games has the Toon Souls guy made? I mean, he constantly shills these other
I want to see
the exact same assets as Toon Souls, including the fuck-ass
I want
lipstick
to see the
check those
pinball.
out, right? I mean, they're both only like a few dollars each. What's the worst that could happen?
They don't work.
First up, we have Pinball Toon. So let's boot it up and see what it's all about.
Oh, okay. That's so loud. Oh my god, that is so loud.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is what we're dealing with. Got it. All
Did it
right.
crash?
After turning that down significantly, I got into
I'm
the
expecting
actual
one of these
game
games to
and,
crash.
yep, this sure is pinball. I mean, this isn't actually that bad or anything from a basic control standpoint, and the physics feel mostly fine, so that's good, but it's a little too punishing for being the first level of this. You have to use the ball to take out the Toon Souls enemies scattered around the board, but you can only mess up 3 times, and the amount of enemies you have to kill is not only super high, but it also changes each time you start a new run for some reason. I don't really know, but hey, this could definitely be worse. One really weird thing about this game, however, is that it lets you choose between these 2 different bug characters before you start the game, but as far as I can tell, it literally affects nothing. The only place I found that actually shows your character is the death screen, but it only ever shows the male one, even if you're playing as the female character. Strange. Very strange. But yeah, that's pretty much all this is. I'm sure if I was more of a pinball buff, this would be more offensive, but I'm not, so, you know, maybe I should be. Pinball machines are pretty fucking cool, I can't lie. No time to get into that though. We have to move on to the next game, Toon.
It's the same shit! Same
Oh
shit.
wow, yeah, we're really doing this again, huh? Not only are we doing this again, aka the menus and the UI are the exact same as Pinball Toon, down to the useless character select screen that affects nothing still being here, but this time it's like significantly worse somehow. This is one of those evil games that hides your mouse and locks it in the window. So I genuinely had no idea what I was doing and couldn't even progress into the actual game until I hooked up a controller and forced my way in like that. Why does it lock the fucking mouse? Alright, let's try controller. It's literally an FPS game though. This is especially embarrassing considering this game is a Doom clone, and you'd probably want to play that with a mouse and keyboard for obvious reasons. But fine. Controller it is. The actual gameplay objective here is actually structured pretty much the exact same way as Pinball Toon. There's a random amount of enemies to kill, and you have a limited amount of health and bullets to do it with.
You have 1 health?
Fine, but everything starts to fall apart when you realize this is an FPS game without a fucking crosshair. So not only are you dying in 1 hit from everything, it's also a pain in the ass to even land a simple shot on any of these guys. Also, I just want to add, because I wasn't actually sure of this while I was writing the script, because I'm not much of an FPS person, but Doom also doesn't have a crosshair, but that game keeps the gun centered, so you always know your shots are going to be going down the center at all times, while in Toon, your gun is like off to the side and on a weird angle on the drawing, so you have no fucking idea where your shots are going. You can like guess, but it's not consistent enough for a full game to like not have a crosshair. Like this needs a crosshair. The original Doom probably
You
doesn't.
cannot
Eventually,
get
I got
touched
lucky
at
and found
all.
a really
That's
powerful
fucked up.
machine gun that let me beat the first level, but upon reaching the upgrade screen to continue forward, the broken ass UI wouldn't let me select anything with the keyboard, controller, or mouse. Why can't I shoot bullets on the screen? What?
Incredible.
What the fuck? So I was pretty much forced to give up there. Another okay game that I probably could have gotten further in, but I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Also, before we move on here, I would like to bring your attention to the hilarious JPEG skybox this game has.
I did not even notice that. Holy shit, that is fucked up.
What is happening? Alright, so those games were okay. Nothing special, kinda broken. No, okay. Very broken in the case of the FPS one, but overall, they were super cheap and kinda harmless. I still have more questions than answers here though. Like, who the fuck were those useless bug characters? Also, neither of those games really gave me a good idea of if the Toon Souls guy would even be able to make a good Cuphead clone. So, can he even do that? Well, I decided to dig a little bit deeper to try and see if the Toon Souls guy had ever made any games similar to Cuphead. And while the only games he's ever made under the Toon Crafter alias on Steam are the ones I just talked about, I decided to check out the games made by his publisher, simply known as Indie Games Publisher. That's not
Indie Games
not at all.
Publisher.
Anyway, let's take a look here and see. Oh my.
Oh,
Alright, so this is
yeah.
an entirely different can of worms.
Whoa,
from
yeah.
everything else we've talked about thus far. If it wasn't obvious, Indie Games Publisher is just the Toon Souls guy. And for some reason, he's split his games among a bunch of different aliases on Steam. But they're all still under the same publisher, so I'm not really sure what the point of that was. Immediately, you will also notice that the rest of these games outside of the two I already talked about are not.
You thought he was
cheap at
slick
all.
with it.
In fact, these games actually cost more than Cuphead. I am dead fucking ass. For the sake of my wallet, I'm only going to be buying and trying out 4 of these games. Those being the 4 different
4
games, because they clearly feature those weird bug characters. So maybe I'll finally get some goddamn answers. As for the 5 different biscuits games the Toon Souls
you're gonna
guy
get
made,
refunded,
that's
right?
Okay, you can keep them. The 5th game in that set is also $10 more expensive than all the other games, so yeah, I'm good, boss. Alright, let's just get this over with. Starting with the first game, Animatics. Okay,
Oh
there
my
we
God.
go. Some actual music this time. Maybe this won't be so bad. Heading over to the main menu and, wait.
Same shit.
This is the same goddamn main menu from the last 2 games. Down to the character select screen. Except this time, it actually fucking works! So, let me get this straight. The Toon Souls guy made this menu for Animatics and decided to just copy-paste it over for his Toon games without removing the character select, even though it does nothing in said games. Bravo, absolute cinema, no notes. Take me home, I'm done here. Alright, whatever, let's get into the actual gameplay.
Yes, please play. Please play game. Show me. Room 1.
Okay, so we've lost music privileges now, got it. Well, as you can see, Animatics is an actual Cuphead clone. Finally, we're on topic again. The controls are not very good, like, at all, and the default bullets are like these weird, sad bullets that just flop down when you fire them. But I mean, maybe the bosses can still be good? This first one is a centaur dude that literally just stands there and does nothing.
Can you even dodge that?
Try and kill you. The way the wheels roll out is completely random, and sometimes you end up in situations that you are quite literally forced to die in. I was genuinely kind of baffled by this, so I decided to exit out of the boss to check the controls and see if there was a dash or double jump or something I was missing. But nope, the game is really just set up like this. Alright, well I can probably just get lucky with the wheels and beat this guy. I mean, he's the first boss. It can't be that hard. Let's just hop back in.
It's that hard.
Why is the level different? What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Okay, so now the game is a vertical auto-scroller where you need to kill a bunch of bugs while climbing up floating leaves. Hey, that's great, man. Just one question. Where the hell did the boss fight go? I'm being so serious when I say I could not get that centaur boss to appear again. Every time I reset the game and tried again, it would only give me this shitty climbing level and a variant of it with wood instead of leaves. I couldn't even get past this part either, because for some reason, turning left and right in this game is like playing a round of slots where you have to hit the 777 jackpot in order for the game to actually be like, oh shit, you want to turn around and not just moonwalk. So yeah, that's animatics. There's definitely more content here, but I guess the game just doesn't want me to see it. And you know what? That's fine by me. More expensive than Cuphead, by the way, just wanted to remind you. Well, that sucked. At least we still have 3 more of these games to check out though. Maybe the Toon Souls guy
was that the first one?
Cuphead style games the further into this series he got. Only one way to find out. Let's dive into Animatics 2.
It's the same shit. Oh my god, it's a fighting game.
No, seriously, like, what are we doing here? Alright, so Animatics 2 is not another Cuphead clone, and is instead a genuinely terrible beat-em-up game for some reason. I don't really get the point of numbered sequels if the gameplay is going to be completely different, but whatever, man, you do you, I guess. This game has full online multiplayer for some reason, which is very funny.
And there's multiplayer?
Nobody is playing this shit. I didn't even try the multiplayer for this video. Do you really think I could convince anyone to buy this? Be real. Thankfully, I guess, you can enter the game even without a full party. So I was still able to try it out, and yep, this is sure a bad beat-em-up. TMNT Shredder's Revenge has nothing on this absolute masterclass of game design, featuring 2 whole attacks for the playable character. More expensive than Cuphead, by the way. I couldn't even be bothered to play more than like 5 minutes of this. I'm gonna be real. I don't really know what I was expecting here, but it was definitely not
It's the
this.
same fucking
But
enemy
don't worry,
too.
guys,
Are there other
this
enemies?
game specifically is in early access, apparently. So that makes everything acceptable. Anyway, we still have 2 more of these games to look at, so maybe the 3rd one can save us. What the fuck? Never mind. I don't even want to talk about this one. We are so far removed from the Animatic series being about Cuphead at this point that I don't even think I can predict what the hell this last game is going to be. Let's just get this over with.
Incredible, dude. Let's go. Peak, bro. Peak gaming.
So now we've lost the plot completely. We've gone from a Cuphead clone to a beat-em-up to whatever the fuck the 3rd game was, to now a straight-up rip-off of Getting Over It. Considering Getting Over It is even cheaper than Cuphead, that means the price difference between these games is even more insane. Which, you know, that's just great. I had actually never played Getting Over It before making this video, but I wanted to be as fair as possible to Animatics 4, for some reason. So I went out and bought Getting Over It, so I could accurately compare the 2 games. In Getting Over It, I was pretty easily able to climb over the first obstacle with only a little bit of effort, even with the purposely weird controls. In Animatics 4, I struggled to do anything, got stuck in a corner, had to reset the game to get out of the corner, tried again, and still couldn't get past the first obstacle. So, what a surprise, it's just a significantly worse version of Getting Over It. Who could have seen that coming? Well, that was the last game I bought, so we're done here. Thank God. I really spent like 90 Canadian dollars on all these terrible games, huh?
Well, did you get refunded?
Worse. I could have also bought Biscuits 5, but I didn't, so... Alright, that's
Can't you just get refunded?
Hopefully this video is good and the algorithm doesn't ignore me. But I don't know. I might have to say it 4 times just to be sure. Tune in next time when I permanently delete Animatics 3 from my Steam account. I've been uhyeah, and I'll see you all next time.
Goodbye. How one person made the first good Cuphead ripoff. Incredible. Subscribed. Epic sauce.